Hey, this is Mike with Riding in the Ozarks, and guess what I'm riding today? Well, you probably already know from the title and the thumbnail, or you wouldn't have clicked on the video. But this is my first ride on a GS 1200 Adventure. Now, this belongs to a friend of mine, Jordan there. You may have seen him on the channel before if you've been watching me for a while. So, Jordan's bought this bike, decided it was not for him. He is selling it, and before he gets rid of it, he's going to let me take it out and do a first ride on it. So, here we go. Feels pretty good in the lean. I just rode the Pan America last weekend, so kind of a big deal. I really wanted to ride one of these big BMWs just so I could have something to kind of compare it to. I didn't get to ride this one before riding the Pan America, so I'm not really trying to compare this to the Pan America. This motorcycle is a little older one. I think this is a 2008, he said, so it's not the latest and it's not the 1250, but I'm used to my touring bike, and center of gravity on this is definitely higher. When I go to lean it, it just feels different, but that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. We're actually going to get off on some gravel today, so I'm going to get to test this thing on some different surfaces and stuff. That's one thing that's really nice when a friend loans you a bike. You're not limited to a 5-minute demo ride like I was with the Pan America. Suspension's a little stiffer than I'm used to, but I think that's what you should expect on an adventure bike. I don't have a lot of adventure bike experience. My DR650 is stock that Jordan's riding, and he complains that the suspension's soft on it, so it's stock. Adventure riders want that suspension stiffer because of the style of riding when they get off-road. And Jordan actually gets off-road with his motorcycles. He doesn't just ride Starbucks. Now these are the premium bikes for adventure riders for years and years, and KTM is now up there in the top of the market. Harley-Davidson's trying to work their way into this market. A lot different feel than I'm used to. Now he's going to put me on gravel and make me push my limits here. Now this motorcycle's got pretty knobby tires on it. We're trucking along at 40 miles an hour on a gravel road. It seems very tractable. I don't feel like I'm loose or unstable at all. I see why people like these kinds of motorcycles. You can run 70, 80, 90 miles an hour down the interstate all day long and be comfortable. And then you see a gravel road and just like, hey, let's go. Bail off and take it. Man, we have some beautiful riding out here in the Ozarks. We've got, pavement like we just came off of that turns to a gravel road. We're going to go out and hit some Forest Service roads and stuff like that. There are, some people would call fire roads, things of that nature, but look at those pretty dogwoods, man. It's that time of year here in the Ozarks. Let's talk about the ergonomics on this bike for a second. I've been out long enough that, the hand position and controls feel good. They're fine. I'm looking over the windshield. Actually, you guys are probably looking through the windshield because I have the way the camera's mounted on the helmet. But I'm looking over it, so I'm good there. But, I don't know if it's his seat, if this is an aftermarket seat, but I feel like I'm kind of cupped up against the tank. To be quite honest, it's crushing the boys a little bit. If I had to ride like this, I could see why I'd ride standing up a lot more. Now, it's not rough on this gravel road, though. I mean, suspension-wise, seems to be really nice. This is a pretty rough gravel road here, so I'm hitting some of these bumps on purpose just to see how I can tell how it feels. Mirrors are pretty good that they're on here. Again, this bike's not new, so it's probably got a lot of stuff that's not factory on it. But I mean, I kind of like the mirrors on this better than I do the DR. They kind of really get out wide to the side there. We're gonna hop back on some pavement, do some more riding, and get closer to our destination. Now this is a road I know well. appears to have self-counseling turns, so that's good. There's a straight stretch up here. I know pretty soon that we're going to get to, and I'm going to try and give it a little throttle roll. We'll see how it does. I'm sure I'm going to pass Jordan for that. Well, there was a good little roll on the throttle. Oh, the river looks beautiful. Man, I do love living in the Ozarks. Soon it's going to be a floating season. Well, it soaked all those up pretty good. Oh, we got water running over the road up here. My first water crossing on this one. Kind of, I don't know if I'm lugging it, but letting it pull at about 2,500 to 3,000 RPM in second gear, 25, 30 mile an hour. And that seems like it's got a good low end pull on it when you do that. Oh, look at this lovely train bridge. This is an old railroad train bridge. I believe it's still in use. All right, so we did some swapping around there. Jordan hadn't really got to play with this bike a whole lot. He's only had a short time and decided he was going to sell it. But since we're out here where there's some mud puddles and stuff, he just had to get out and play in the mud. Here's a shot of that. Yeah, so that's why the windshield's all muddy now, but we're having some fun. I got to ride my DR down some trail roads and stuff, so it's all good. But I'm back on the GS and we're gonna head back toward the house, but we'll ride a little more, and before I get back I'll tell you kind of my final thoughts on this thing. Jordan's trying out Mike's KTM 525. That's the one he was pulling wheelies on the highway at 75 mile an hour. He's up there pulling wheelies and we're running 70 mile an hour. Oh, here's part of the Mark Twain National Forest. That's part of where we've been out playing at today and stuff. That's why all the beautiful pine trees here. I live in a beautiful part of the country, and you know, some of it you can't see on a Harley, well, before the Pan America. You might be able to see it on the Pan America now, but I can't afford another $20,000 motorcycle, so the DR650 is going to have to do. I had someone comment and said Harley-Davidson should give me a Pan America to go out and just show what it can do in this kind of the countryside. That's what it's designed for. And there's so much beautiful stuff to see and everything. That'd be cool if Harley-Davidson's watching it, but I kind of doubt they are. I don't think they're watching my channel. Jordan asked me what I thought about this bike a minute ago, and I like it. It's very capable for a big bike on roads like this. I'm impressed. I hope the Pan America does just as well or better as this off the beaten path, and that's soon to be seen. But, as far as the power and the balance and the ergonomics, I definitely like the Pan America better, but that's nothing against this bike. And like Jordan said, I really need to get out and ride a new GS 1250 Adventure, but I don't know anybody that's got one of them, so I don't have anything else to compare it to but what I rode. And maybe I'll get that opportunity sometime in the future. Maybe we can get BMW to let me do a demo ride on one, kind of like the Harley one, even if it's not off-road. It would give me some ideas about the power and the comfort and the suspension and things like that. After going from gravel to pavement, I mean, that's really, if that's what you want to do, this is the kind of bike you want. And this BMW is a great bike then. Very confident when you get off on the gravel still. Runs good, ergonomics are good. The only thing I can complain about this bike is the way it crunches my nuts. Otherwise, it's a great option. And I can see where it would be much more comfortable for a long haul, and more capable for touring style riding than something like the KLR or the DR650. Not that you can't do it on them, but this would just be a lot more comfortable. And there we took a nice 30-mile-an-hour breeze in third gear. No lugging, no feeling like it's just got a real even power band. Oh, look at this is Mill Creek here, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. And this is why you want a motorcycle where you go just see stuff like that. And not from, a quarter mile away on the pavement, because that's as close as it gets, but you can get right down here beside it. My battery was dead. I had changed out batteries and they run off and left me. So I changed out batteries anyway. So before another battery runs dead, I guess I'll give you my closing thoughts on this thing. It's a great motorcycle if you want to be able to ride long distance on the pavement and then see a gravel road and say, hey, let's turn there and go see where this goes. It's a much more capable road bike than a dual sport like the KLR and the DRR. That's really what the adventure bike is, and that's what this is classified as. It's a lot of fun. I can see why people buy them, no doubt about it. I think it's a great motorcycle for that kind of style of riding and that kind of thing, and I'm really enjoyed and appreciate the opportunity to ride the 1200 GS here. The brakes on this thing seem to be really good. It's got ABS, of course, and stuff, so ABS is on right now to help me with traction. Of course, if you're getting really wicked and off-road stuff, you might want to turn that off, and you can turn it off on this one. We're going to go down here and cross a low water bridge where the water's supposed to be up over the bridge. So that was one reason I wanted to make sure I had the camera on. I mean, if anything crazy happens, we don't want to miss it. God forbid. Not that anything crazy should happen, but we got just a little water over the bridge.
If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you do that YouTube thing, check out the content on my channel. And if you dig it, don't forget to subscribe down below. Ring that bell to be notified the next time I drop a new video. And as always, thank you for support. Stay safe and keep on riding.